So yeah, I'm gonna do no music to YouTube today, so we can get some of this audio and not necessarily like, you know, have it blow out the audio on the recording. All right, so they have some music going. I got to mute it for now. And I got to use the restroom real quick, actually. So give me just a minute. I'm going to pour some more water. I can probably have one whiskey. I might actually want to reach out to someone just to see, like, you know, I kind of want to go to the after party for Seattle JS. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, let me use the restroom. I'll be right back, and I will see you in a sec. Alrighty. So I am back now. All right. They are still on break, huh? At least they got some music on. All right, so yeah, super cool. All right, so what we need to do for the app. Oh, and hold on, let me pop out my chat. Oh, and you know what? I could probably do the YouTube link. Nah, we're good. It's fine. All right, so we got that stuff there. So I'm not sure what talk is coming up next. This song's cool. Oh, shit. All right, so it's not on home. It's here in app. All right, so we got to update remote config. That part's fine. Config.remote modified at. That part's fine. So yeah, the part that we care about next right? Update local would be very similar to some of this other stuff that's happening. And here's our merge changes. Let me double check this. So what this ends up doing is we take in the path string and we join that via a period. We get whether it was actually approved or not approved. If it was approved, we modify the config. So this function's actually what we're looking for, the merge changes. Everything else after that isn't really our concern. All right, cool. So here's the talk. So yeah, just again, we are watching or listening to Seattle JS Conf. If you want the video of it, here's the link. Oop, if I could spell. You're gonna play some video though? Yeah, no, I'm good on it. We're gonna wait. No thanks. All right, so here's what we're going for. We need to rationalize these things. And that's going to be happening in here. In this function, we're just doing a low-dash set. So we should be fine. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. Hold on. Yeah, never mind. This function's going to be different. Yeah, this makes some assumptions that are not true. So what we want to do is maybe change this to... I think we have this backwards. Hold on, let me look at config multio. And yeah, let me get some music playing. All right, cool. Their video's over. We'll see what the next talk is. If we're interested in it, we'll play it. Let me look at this. The direction these are happening in. We've got remote differences and local differences. Remote differences are the current config and the remote config, whereas local differences are remote config and current config. And it basically just determines if it's outgoing or not. Yeah, so old value is going to be remote, and that's our main differences. But here, old value is going to be the current, and we have stuff coming in from remote. Yeah, no worries, standard. Ah, here we go. ES13 and beyond. Oh, did anyone ever use Neopets? I never did. Nifty. So the changes are really just whichever we're merging in. Yeah, I think we just have to create another function and invert this. I was thinking maybe we could reuse merge changes. All right, good meme, good meme. Ooh, I forgot all about that. So this is going to be merge remote, or actually merge local changes. And yeah, we're going to just invert this. So yeah, right, merge local, merge remote. So we do want to set on local config. That's fine. Async iterators. Yeah, I rarely use those. Is the music too loud compared to her speaking? So change here. We actually want to do value. So hold on, we want to do if approved. When we create, and then when we remove, this becomes the undefined. So yeah, merge local, merge remote. Let's go fix these. So this is merge local. And then up in here, we want merge remote. All right, so hold up. Yeah. I'm not passing that properly. Oh, and it's merge remote config, not update local. So that's my mistake. I'm doing the wrong one. All right, so I think this should actually just work now. Let's go log in. So let's do this. We're going to approve that. We're going to approve that. We're going to approve that. As far as removing those, we're going to deny. All right, group 3 there, we'll deny. And we merge. And nothing happened. Oh, you know what? I bet I'm not actually calling that function. I bet we're doing update local. So yeah, open remote changes modal. And then this diff modal. Primary action is merge remote config. Interesting. So changes and approvals, those are fine. Publish here is fine. So here in app, to do update local config, we didn't see that. This is awesome. So yeah, those functions are great because they actually return a brand new array without mutating. So yeah, 2 spliced, 2 reversed, 2 sorted, awesome. Because array.sort, array.slice, they actually modify it in place. And that's a huge footgun. Executables. All right, so changes and approvals, where are those happening? Why are we seeing issues with that? Oh. We've got it on there twice. That would be our issue. Now, this probably needs to be async, huh? Yep. Aha, okay. So, yeah, we need to actually handle not approved as well. Oh, and yeah, so what we want to do next is we're not setting our merged at time. So we could actually just do this. We don't need to return it. And then here we can do config dot remote merged at date dot now. Yeah, the way we're merging this data is actually an issue. I'm not a big fan of this talk, but, you know. So, yeah, the way we're doing the merge, I probably need to... I need to determine if there are changes that we care about. Hold on, let me get rid of that chunk. So what we want to do is make sure that this is actually okay, right? So in status, we've done a merge. Very opinionated. It's basically recapping like the Stack Overflow survey. If you want to see the video, it's over on... there you go. So yeah, I'd recommend giving them alert too. Not a big deal. So, yeah. The status we care about. This is just for the local. Status here is always error. Right. So let's do that. That's going to be remote diff status. Uh-huh. Whatever you say. Take it easy on the phrasing, though. All right, so we're going to start out with error here. What we want to do is we don't necessarily want to have the remote changes length in there. Maybe I want to do this. Take it easy. They're really weird comments, man. All right, so this is going to be if config dot remote merged at greater than config dot remote modified at. Oh, did she talk about temporal? Right, this is skewed. Oh, she didn't even mention temporal? For anyone out there who's curious, temporal is an upcoming library for JS. All right, so basically it's going to replace the need for things like moment.js, etc. So, yeah, we can even see that Maggie and Matt Johnson, they're both actually the creators of Moment. Built into the language. It's going to ship with browsers. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, it's a really cool proposal. I'm surprised that she didn't mention that. The polyfill is massive, by the way, though. Ooh, I mean, you probably should have moved on from Moment a long time ago, because Moment's big issue is mutability, right? The same problem with like Splice and right, some other things, right? Like the mutability of the data object is super annoying, and it leads to a lot of bugs because it's not obvious, right? So yeah, anything other than Moment at this point is probably the move. Date functions, day.js, Luxon, any of them will work, but the Moment stuff is definitely a foot gun that you got to be careful of. Hey, this is Josh Goldberg's talk. Yeah, so one more time, we're going to shout it out again. If I'm allowed, we'll see. Oh, if I could type. There you go. So yeah, everyone, give it a follow, give it a lurk. It's totally fine, not a big deal. And yeah, Josh Goldberg's gonna be up giving his talk. Yeah. Oh, it definitely is. I made a comment to let him know. He looks way taller than I thought he would be. He's a good presenter. Yeah, he's good. He's killing it. All right, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna call that good, and we'll pass it. And then instead of remote changes.length, we just want to check for remote diff status. Right, so and remote diff status is actually equal to status item good. So I want to do this too. So we're going to do this. This is going to be let remote changes count. Remote changes.length. We're going to set this to 0. It's Dorama Sands, man. So yeah, let's go down to where we're using some of this. So action button disabled in these cases, sure. The entire thing being disabled would be validation errors.length greater than 0. Issue count here, that's where we actually want that. So this would be remote changes count. And this is remote diff status. All right, so then here, diff status is good. Is publishable is being set as we expect. That's fine. We have no action button for that one. And whether this is fully disabled, right? If we have validation errors, we don't do anything. And remote diff status does not equal system, or not system, status item status dot good. Wait, what? So, yeah, I messed up some of the logic there. So is publishable is set there. Oh, I'm doing an and when it should be an or. So boom, right, we merged that. And yeah, that view button should actually be disabled on a specific condition. And this would be triple equals. All right, and then bam, this is our fix to change it. Right? And it ends up creating. So yeah, we accept all. And we publish local changes, PR created down there at the bottom, and we should be able to see those changes now elsewhere. So open just now. Let's check this out. We end up creating a new group. That's group 3. Has one environment, sure. We end up adding an environment to here. That looks right to me. We add another environment. And we add a fourth one right there, and we should be good. Or a third one, technically, for this PR. Yep. We see the modified at date. Yep. And then we see here in config.json where all that same data is. Let's go look at manifest and some of that other stuff. Remote modified at, remote merged at. We probably don't want those. Man, this is a really good talk. Good job, Josh. So we are listening to Cascadia.js. So yeah, they are live streaming the Seattle JS conference. And hey, what's up, Sunamon? How you doing? So yeah, this is our main issue. What is what, Sunamon? The stuff I'm working on right now, or the audio in the background? Oh, you can't hear the audio. Sorry about that. Yeah, didn't want to, like, you know, run into some weird copyright issues. But yeah, we're working on a static file-based feature flag tool. We're currently working on the PR creation process. And I'm thinking I want to make sure that these values don't get pushed up. I don't think it matters, actually. I think merged at we're good at. I don't think modified at is important. But I don't think it's the end of the world. Like, yeah. What I'm wondering is maybe I want to create separate values for that. And then it's just a separate state that we can import. Right? So we could create a Vultio wrapper for those things, no problem. So config Vultio here. We've got our whole top level config. We've got a modified at. I think the remote modified at values are different. Yeah, I think I want to pull these off of our config state, like our app state. All right, so then this is export const remote metadata. Modified at, we do one on there. We have it. Cool. Groups, hosting. Groups, hosting. Ooh, I think this is actually a failure. All right, there we go. So default config is this. Right, and this is where we probably want to store remote config too. All right, so remote config key. Default config is what we put here. So then, yeah, we got to do this like get item mumbo jumbo as well. Yes, this is English, Cinnamon. No, it is not a game. All right, so we go and do that. App state is that or that. This is an app state, which means, yeah, this is no longer valid. So yeah, default config there is an issue. As we make changes to this, that should never be an issue. And we shouldn't be modifying that. So as remote config changes, we don't need the changes themselves. We just want to stringify the remote config. No, this is just my own work, Cinema. All right, so then remote metadata is its own separate proxy. We probably want to do another subscribe here. All right, so we want to do this. So remote metadata key, remote metadata. All right, so boom. We need to do this for the metadata. We'll just do this. Yeah, we can just do this. So remote modified at 0, remote merged at 0. Oh, and number TypeScript. Technically, it's English. All right, so we got a few of these. We got a little too much stuff in here, but I think it's fine. One thing we got to go do, though, is now remove those. And yeah, places that we're updating our code, we need to update to use the remote metadata, not the remote config. No. There's someone talking. We're basically watching the Seattle JS conference right now. Cascadia JS is the account. And yeah, and that's Josh Goldberg speaking right now, which is awesome. For work, I'm front end, but in projects, I'm full stack, right? In like side projects. So yeah, we're trying to give it some support. If you want to see some of the things he's showing, feel free to lurk their stream too. Not a big deal, right? That way you get audio here, but you're watching there. Could be worth it. And hold on, I want to try something. Let me check one quick thing. Hold on, I gotta ask someone a question. Yeah, it seems like you're trolling. What makes you think I'm sad? Yeah, later, troll. All right, so now config, right? This is going to be more like remote metadata. Ooh, Jay Langsdorff. Yeah, that was an amazing talk. All right, there we go. So that one was good. Hold up. I gotta rerun this. Oop, maybe not. Our type should have worked there. All right, so here we go. This is not a bad talk either. So far, like, he's a good speaker. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Remote metadata. Thanks, Sunamon. No, I didn't think you were trolling. Sorry. I stream on Twitch, too. So over on Twitch, there's about 44 people watching right now. So, yeah, we had a troll in here just a minute ago. But my name's Chris. Oh, and yeah, there's a thing I'm missing here. Update local. I'm not sure what the update local function is even for. Thank you. Interesting. So now we've got a bug here. So what we need to do... We're going to approve this. We don't need to actually approve it. We can just go to the top and merge it. Yeah, I'm a collector. You taking off, Sunamon? Yeah. Thank you for chilling. Thanks for hanging out. Boom, and now... So we see some creations. So let's look at this. So group 4, super good. We see this one. We see these get removed. I mean, doesn't sound that bad. Good morning, Sunamon. Okay, so one more thing I gotta do. So this is gonna be in status here. All right, so here we go. The primary action. Yeah, so in the diff modal, I just want to reset what approvals are. That's it. All right, so set approvals there. Oh, clear approvals is actually it. All right, so we clear approvals when we submit. We clear approvals when we cancel. So now we just got to work on the styling of this. Right? We want to not show the button. All right, so let's look at this part. Remote changes count as 0, sure. Remote diff status is status item status good. And if our remote metadata merged at is greater than modified at, or remote changes count is 0. Boom. But now we're not showing this error, which we should see. So publish error text. So, yeah, getting that publish error text. Validation errors, that one's easy. Yeah, and then this part. Right, so remote status, remote diff status. All right, so remote diff status is equal to good. Actually, that part should be fine. And then this would be local changes is equal to 0. Boom. All right. So now we've got this status, and I think our flow of rationalizing changes from remote to local are pretty good now. don't know why I'm looking at that. Reflex. Nothing important in there. So yeah, I think we've got that flow working pretty well now. I think we're good. Yeah, all right, so I gotta use the restroom again. I've just been chugging water. So yeah. I think we need to get the home page kind of fixed up a bit. I want to work on my logic of that like logged in like state. Right, so because we're using React Router, when we do the closing of one of these modals, right? Technically, it's the config modal. So it's actually here in status still. So show config here. So it is show config. If we go to app, so here we go. This is the modal that we're talking about. On close, we probably want to navigate if we have a query param. So this is going to be is it route or router? I think it's router. Use params is what we're looking for, and that's it. So logged in. So that logged in value, which we want to name as logged in. And Armando, thank you for the follow. Welcome. So logged in. What we want to do then is down. Uh-oh, I lost it. Yeah, how's it going? Actually, I'm curious, what is this value? Logged in is undefined. Yeah, that was good talk. So params. What I want to do here is so logged in param has logged in param. So params oh, no worries. Yeah, thank you. Object dot, is there like a has key? All right, so has logged in param if we have the logged in key in our params. There we go. So if has logged in param, now we want to, we need to get navigate. Use navigate. Yeah, exactly, Jason. That's what we're doing. So we're watching Cascadia JS right now. And I'm trying to, like, you know, promote and, you know, contribute what I can to hopefully justify being able to go to the after party. So then navigate is taking us to the app. Oh, and you know what? I'm doing this wrong. Right? We don't need params. We want search params. We might need navigate. I don't think we need that. And this gives us back a URL search params. So then I can do, hold on. Has logged in param. This is actually just params dot. Hold up. We don't have a has key in here, huh? All right. Oh, and yeah, sorry, that was an array. Need that to be an array. Search params. Search params dot has logged in. Set search params as a function there, and we simply want to go to here. And I should be able to do it with an object. Yeah. Hey, all right, there we go. Perfect. All right, I gotta pee real bad, so give me a second. I'll leave it going. That way the audio's still going too. I can't remember if it goes through. But yeah. BRB. Alrighty. Oh, you know what I forgot? I'm gonna have myself a beverage. Alrighty. All right. All right, so I haven't gotten word back on whether Carter's going to be bummed if I show up to the after party. I think I'm just going to do it anyway. But yeah, I got to make sure I bring some stickers with me then, huh? That's a good beverage. So yeah, I think we have rationalized a huge portion of this app now, right? The way that we're getting data to and from the remote is feeling pretty good to me. No, there is not there, Raw Woke. Oh man, I missed... Yeah, Salmon! Oh man, I missed that follow ages ago, sorry. Alright, and then let me double check something here. Pretty happy with the progress we made. Yeah, I was like really dreading doing some of this validation logic, and I think we're good. So yeah, pretty cool. He's showing off a good demo of Courier. It's the company he works for now. He used to work for Twilio, which means he just really likes to stick in the notification space, which is kind of funny. All right. Yeah, so we're not done with the clients yet, but I really wanted to knock out some of those things. Yeah, so it's not an ideal situation here. To do more investigation on companies that you're applying for and remember that you actually applied for them. Yeah, that one's actually tough. I forget about that all the time. All right, so we've got our JS client and our Rust client aligned with each other, but they still don't have the full functionality. So let's do a selective. Oh. Yikes. Yeah, that's not good, Jason. Name and shame them. Right? Can we marvel at how shady they are as well? Boxable? Oh, hold on. Yeah, it's the one built with like reusable blocks, right? So what's sketchy about them? Oh, okay. That's sketchy. Oh. Alright, so yeah. Maybe not a scam, but just not a well-run company. That's a bummer. Oh. Oh. Yeah, this is not the thing I was thinking of. Oh, that's fine, Jason. You can say that stuff. So the founder was a crypto guy that went to do a weed farm and now made this with pretty much no knowledge. It is a cool idea. But yeah, what's the one where it's like the reusable like building blocks? Like Legos basically. That one seems really cool. I like the Legos one. FX, that's the dude's name. Made for FEMA for disaster areas. Oh, I haven't seen those. Yeah, those seem cool. See, here's the funny thing though. Right, like Seattle JS probably doesn't make that much money. But yeah, but like we looked at the numbers for React Summit. They're making 600K off React Summit. Do we think their expenses are 600K? No. They're making money off that. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly, Ethan. That's what he was talking about. Yeah. Like Jason was looking at the company and decided that he's not going to go through with the process. I think the key with it is, right, like the amount of permits, etc. Is it really permits or do they need like do they need like engineering like sign-offs, like licensing stuff? Right? That it meets like code for like a livable building. Right? Wind shear, you know, amount of like weight the roof can sustain, things like that. Yeah. Okay. The cabling? Yeah, I want to go to the after party for this event because I've never met Josh in person, Josh Goldberg. That'd be awesome. I've never met Jason Langsdorff either. That'd be awesome. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna just go try and do the thing I do, and we'll see if they make an issue out of it. I doubt it. Like, I did my best. I promoted it. I tweeted about it. I did things, but I don't know. So yeah, super cool. Extra bottle of whiskey. It's at a brewery where it's only beer. And that's the thing, like, you know, you'd have to go up and just buy the beer not inside of the place where, like, the party is anyway, so I'll just buy my own beer. Like, you know. I don't think that should be a problem. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Boilermakers, like, they don't serve whiskey. It's only a brewery, right? They only have a license for beer. They don't even serve food, but they get around that by having a spot for, like, trucks, like food trucks to, like, park. All right, so we'll see if Carter gets back and maybe says, like, I'd prefer it if you didn't or something, but we'll see. So real quick, let's consider what we need to do for this. And man, I think I might actually drink beers tonight. That's going to be so weird. I haven't had beer forever. No, I had a beer at TwitchCon, actually. I think it was a Corona, so I didn't even finish it. Someone bought it for me. I didn't want to be rude. But yeah, so let's consider what goes into our client now. Rattler. What's a rattler? I've never heard of that. Yeah, never even heard of it. Doesn't really sound like something up my alley. I've tried a brass monkey before. That shit's terrible. Ugh. Ugh. Right? That's what? Malt liquor and OJ? Right? Ugh. No, thank you. What up, G-Man? How you doing? All right, I can have one more of these. All right, and yeah, what's everyone up to? Y'all enjoying your day? Music's probably super quiet right now. Yeah, let me fix volume. We'll turn on audio for YouTube. That way y'all can get some of that. And let me turn up volume over here and we should be good. One sec. Cool. Dude, is the weather flipping again? Dude, it was like overcast as shit this morning, but I had a headache at about like 5, maybe 6 a.m. So I knew for a fact it was going to open up. And I already feel a precursor of this shit like rolling back in again. Dude, it's been bad there too. Dude, it sucks. Like, it's been so frequent. Now, I live in Washington, but it's pretty close. Probably like similar weather pattern. But yeah, like, man. For a minute, I thought it was like the food I was eating even, right? Because somehow it lined up with a couple nights, like, not in a row, but like every time I ate those dumplings. Scott, this is not Rust. And Borrow Checker doesn't mind a return statement. You're thinking of maybe Clippy. Damn, 105? Yeah, I'm never moving to Texas. Hell no. But yeah, like, I thought it was like the dumplings I've been steaming. Yeah, so just pointing it out, Scott, we're not in Rust right now. This is TypeScript. We do need to do some Rust and stuff here soon. But I'm thinking maybe we just hack out the TypeScript one first. Right? Make this a selective and start like filling that in. 118 in Tucson? I'm just waiting for someone from there. YouTube feels lonely? Why does it feel lonely, Atomico? I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what you can do? You can make it feel less lonely by getting a bunch more people to watch over on YouTube. But yeah, I get you, Squealo. A lot of people just... Is it even a squealo or a skilo? Like, or a skio? Like, I think with only one L, you pronounce the L, right? Skilo? I'd prefer the YouTube, honestly. It helps me out, like, way more. But, yeah, if you want to chat with other people here on Twitch, I get it. Oh, it's squirrel in Portuguese? Or both. Yeah, Jason, Mr. Sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so what we kind of want to do here And yeah, God, 118 in Tucson. Like, dude, when we get to 90 here in Washington, it's fucking miserable. And it's not even that humid, right? Like, our humidity is like 20-something. Captain Coder? I'm not familiar with Captain Coder. So, take it easy, G-Man. Like, better is very subjective. Right? Like, very subjective. Hey, what up? Luca! I gotcha. Yeah. You mind if I just keep calling you Squirrel? It's basically Atomic Squirrel then at that point, right? Which is a great name. Nice. I know, I get it, G-Man, but I'd really prefer if we didn't use some of those terms, right? Anything that's that subjective really isn't valuable to talk about, right? There's no way someone can disprove how you feel about a thing. So at that point, it's actually not relevant. I get you, right? You like strongly typed languages. That's fine. But it misses the fact that there are plenty of not strongly typed languages that work out great. They work fine, you know? Elixir doesn't have types inside of it, right? But it works out fine. If you did some Elixir, you'd probably be totally okay with it. Yeah, right? But it doesn't have types. They're thinking about adding types at some point, but they're still not there yet. And at some point, you just learn how to work around that stuff anyway. Same thing with how we used to do JavaScript. Sure, TypeScript definitely helps. Right? Type hinting, sure, different thing. But the main gist is just simply you learn patterns for working with loosely typed languages. And those patterns tend to get you far enough anyway. So, yeah, I just think there's something to it where the fuzziness of subjective statements like that isn't productive. If you prefer it, feel free to prefer it. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. But to make it a conversation in here, yet again, super boring. Nothing new is going to be said about TypeScript versus JavaScript. Right? It's fine. No worries, G-Man. I appreciate it. Objective statements, totally fine. Technical statements, totally fine. But I think the biggest problem with just the tech space in general, on Twitter, on, Reddit, Hacker News, whatever, is just an inability to phrase things objectively. Right? Because people are not making objective statements, there's no end in sight because no one can disprove a subjective statement. So yeah, right? If we can speak objectively, or at least technically, we'll have better conversations. Some people just want to get it running in prod. Yeah, sure. Working is like something loosely typed with a couple bugs, but works is better than something strictly typed that doesn't even work, right? That's like a categorical objective truth, because something working is more important and more useful than something that doesn't work. So at some point, velocity is more important than correctness, if that makes sense. We even had that discussion, and there was like an article about it the other day. And the basic gist is, you just have to do something and get it out there so that we can actually start to fix it. If you never actually get it out there and get it used and get it like tested in a real world scenario, nothing matters. Right? So there was a good article. Hold on. Do something so we can change it. Right? This article is great. So basically, here's a story. Back in the day, a famed Broadway director, Gower Champion, was directing a musical. With time pressure mounting, he entered the theater during a rehearsal and was alarmed to see the cast just standing around on stage. The choreographer was just sitting there, in the second row of the audience, his head in his hands. Director asked, "What's going on?" "I just don't know what to do next," the choreographer lamented. The director blinked and said, "Well, do something so we can change it." Right? Because you don't know what works or doesn't work until you've actually just done something. Right? And the same goes for releasing an application. Yeah, 1 sad client out of 5 clients is still better than 0 clients. Yeah, exactly, Esquilo, for sure. Right? But again, especially with startups and a lot of software out there, you don't know if what you're doing is even the right approach. So over-engineering it from the start is almost always the wrong answer, depending on what you're doing, of course. But if no one's even touched it or used it, how do you even know that's something that's worth the engineering effort of making it perfect? You don't, until someone's actually used it and tried it and done something with it. Not sure, SoCal. I'm not sure what that means, SoCal. I don't get it. Are you making a reference to the whole, like, 1488 bullshit? Oh, 14 iterations. Ah, there you go. That's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point. 14 iterations. It wasn't perfect when it first came out. The first iPhone was far from perfect. But they keep iterating and making it as good as they can, to a degree. So yeah, I get that. SoCal, very good point. Thank you. So Scott B, that's a different thing, right? If necessity is the mother of invention, constraints are the father. Right? So constraints actually breed creativity. For sure. But I'm not sure that actually relates exactly to this. So yeah, I really like this article, especially the part where he goes in to talk about two-way doors versus one-way doors. And it's a really short read. So highly recommended. Like, please go check it out. All right, so real quick, we've got feature type gradual. We've got feature type toggle. We actually need to do a case for Vexilla feature type selective. And yes, we have a single should function. We actually need another should function as well. And because this is TypeScript or slash JavaScript, we can actually have an optional argument here. And that optional argument is custom. We don't want to do custom instance hash. No, we can do custom instance hash. And it'll be string or number. And it's optional. So then, should is equal to feature dot we're going to do value dot includes, and this is going to be this dot custom instance hash or custom instance hash. Oh, and I got these backwards. So we know that value is an array. Yeah, very good point, SoCal. I really like that. Yeah. Yeah, GeoHot has some really good statements sometimes, then other times, meh. But yeah, that's a good one. I actually agree with a bunch of the stuff, like the way he runs his stream and everything. Right? When people ask him what keyboard he has or what editor he's using, he'll even just straight up say, like, it doesn't fucking matter. Which is just absolutely true. Pretty cool. But then there are definitely times where it's very obvious he and I probably would not get along in person. So search element here is a never? What? All right, what does anyone think here? All right, there's got to be something that I'm really messing up. I'm good. How about you, Standard? Index of, yeah, so it's still a never. And we know that it's string array or number array. Y'all aren't gonna like it. That's what peak performance looks like. Ooh, it actually doesn't. Oh my god. Oh no. So we'll do that to clean it up a bit. We see that it's either string or number. We can mouse over it and we see that it's string array or number array. And I'm guessing it's because of that union that we got an issue. We could. I'm going to call it all right. Bim, bam, boom, done, science. So that's really where we're going to leave off. And I think tomorrow we end up getting back to, yeah, we write these tests for selective, because that's easy enough. But then we need to actually write the tests and write the functionality for the Rust. And yeah, what we're doing here, there's no way it's going to be that simple. Right? The Rust is going to make us really work for it. But it should be okay. What that does mean, though, is here in test gradual, I want to take this. We're going to add another value, and boom. Right, so we got foo, bar, and our thing. I'm actually going to remove these and just add another, and it's going to be should be in list. Sure. So now both of those are in the list. We don't need to worry about the scheduling. I just, you know, we want to write a function for that. Here in group 3, we're going to call this selective. Right, this feature here is string. This one is number. Uh, 42. And we're going to name this dev. Cool. So, we're going to want to publish that up, but I think that's a thing for tomorrow, because I need to take a shower and get driving into Seattle and maybe eat some food somewhere. Maybe some ramen. And, yeah. So, let's go raid someone. I haven't had a chance to raid Acorn for quite a while, so let's go do that. A-chord? Nope, not quite that. I did A-chord again, because my fingers are really not as smart as I thought they were. So, we're going to go raid Acorn 1010. She kills it. She's working on Funi today, polishing stuff for mobile, which sounds just awesome. I'm going to go and hang out and socialize a bit. Chances are I will probably not be back here tonight for gaming at all. Tomorrow, probably will game. Probably just going to do it solo. Just play some Baldur's Gate. But yeah, so let's go raid over to Acorn. I'm going to go to Seattle and hopefully get to talk to Josh Goldberg in person and maybe Jay Langsdorff and, you know, all the other people from the area. But those are the only speakers I know from Seattle JS Conference, so it'd still be kind of cool to see them in person. So we're going to go try. Let's hope I don't burn any bridges trying to get in without having bought a conference ticket. Technically, I've been to the after party to Cascadia JS twice. Never bought a ticket. All right, so let's go say hi to Acorn.